welcome to the interview. How's your day going?
It's great. Yeah, it's going really well. Happy to be here.
Yay. Well, I'm so excited to have you as part of our QCMS teaching team and staff, teaching some guitar and some advanced technique things. I'm really excited to tell everybody what you're here to offer. But first, I want to just ask a few questions to get us to know a little bit about your background and just who you are as a dude, an awesome guy. So I want to know how old you were when you started playing music and what was the first song you ever learned to play?
Oh my gosh. Okay, great question. Let's see. So I guess I've been sort of singing forever, as long as I can remember. I think the first instrument that I really stuck with for any length of time was piano at age 10. I took piano for a couple of years, piano lessons for a couple of years. That was really cool. And I learned Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Yeah.
It's often the first one I teach also.
Awesome.
Cool. At age 10, awesome. And singing forever. Yeah, I've also been singing forever when people ask me that question. I remember starting choir as a 4-year-old and I wasn't even in school yet. So.
Yep. Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see. Can you tell me a little bit about your musical geography and how you came to be here in Staunton, Virginia?
Great question. Okay, so let's see. Musical geography. I came to be here in Staunton, Virginia because of my dear friend and other instructor at Queen City Music Studios, Drew Bastion. Yeah, he's a dear, dear friend of mine, and we've actually been playing music together now for over a decade. Yeah, it's super cool. We've been playing together. We first played together in a pit for a musical at Penn State University, and then since then have been playing in different bands and for different shows and doing different collaborations and all sorts of awesome, fun stuff together for, over a decade now. And we're starting a new project, actually. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So that's why I'm here.
Working in music.
Yeah.
But you kind of are a COVID transplant.
Indeed. Yeah. This is feels like a much safer place to be than Philadelphia, which is where I was previously. And so I was like, Drew, one of my best friends in the world. Yes, I will absolutely go live with you here for a while to be in a safer place and to be in a great spot to be making music.
Yeah. And had you done some traveling too with bands on the road and touring?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, the main one that I was in that did a bunch of touring was actually with Drew.
Cool.
Yeah, we were in that band for about 5-ish years. And yeah, we toured a lot of the US and into Canada, and it was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do the band vans smell like? Ours is usually something like bologna.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, dirty socks. Yeah.
Socks.
Yeah.
Well, as if that wasn't a silly question, I have a silly question for you.
Fantastic.
What is your guilty pleasure trash TV? Like if you just want to turn your brain off.
Oh my gosh.
And be entertained.
Well, I don't know that I have a guilty pleasure exactly. Like I love cartoons, and my favorite ones are just like super emotionally satisfying. That's what I turn to. So like Steven Universe is my favorite show. And I love like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and like technically it's for kids, but like not, but it's for everybody. Yeah. Like those kinds of shows. I've been watching Kipo recently, which is a Netflix original. It's like a stunning piece of work. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I've got some things on my watch list now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then finally, to wrap up, could you just tell us a little bit about, well, specifically your morning routine, and then what a typical day in the life of Marshall Biever looks like?
Sure. So my morning routine is new, actually. I've started waking up early, like between like around 7 now, which is like the first time in my life ever.
Yeah.
And it feels really great. And I have been I like to I love cooking breakfast food. So I've been like making coffee, making breakfast sandwiches with like over easy fried eggs with paprika and avocado and spinach, uh, on an everything bagel on my cast iron skillet. Yeah. So that's like that, and maybe like some journaling to get out the brain gunk, and maybe some video games or something. That's usually what my morning looks like.
And then 8 hours of guitar practice.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, it used to look like that. It used to look like that. Practice now looks really different, and my relationship to practice is something I would love to talk about, but maybe a longer conversation.
Sure.
But has changed a lot. It's changed a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's currently morphing into something new, I think.
Very cool. Yeah, we're all growing and changing in this weird and uncertain and new technological time. And I'm so glad to have you here that has so much experience with that and recording. You have a new EP out.
I do. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Let's tell everybody about that.
Woo! It's called Plays Well with Others.
Which is true. I can attest.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. This is a bucket list thing for me. I have loved funk music really since I was like 14, and have always wanted to make an EP, like a funky EP. And this one came about. I was looking for a long time for people who wanted to do this kind of a project with me, and I would like always find maybe like a person. Hi, Drew. I would find like a person or two who would be really into it, and then would kind of flake out. And I know, I mean, painful, and we've all dealt with that as musicians, like trying to start bands and stuff. But for whatever reason, this one just like never quite came together. And then one day, one of my favorite drummers of all time, Nate Smith, he released an album of just drums, the just drum set, and it's just grooves, cool. And it's so amazing. And he did a thing with Loop Loft where they looped each of the 13 songs into like 10 different loops, and then sold it for like $40, and you could chop it up however you wanted and use it in your own songs. Wow. And so I know, for real. And so it was like super, super cool. And so, and I just love his drumming so much. So I just took those drum ideas and then wrote songs to those drum ideas. And then I chopped it up and, arranged it how I wanted it for the song. But all of the ideas for that record came from his drum stuff. Which is I love that as a way of writing music. Yeah. It's like one of my favorite ways to write music, actually. And I've done another EP like that in a completely different style, drums first. And I absolutely love writing music in that order.
Oh, cool. Well, you'll be offering lots of collaborative and interactive classes coming up. And hi, Drew.
Hi, Drew.
And teaching guitar, electric guitar, effects. Tell us about some of your offerings and ideas coming up for this fall semester.
Oh my gosh. So one of them that we've been talking about is a theory course, but for people who have learned to play music by ear, or who have learned through guitar tabs or learned through whatever. Yeah, exactly. No, for real. And I think that I have a serious bone to pick with how music theory is normally taught. It's taught out of context, sort of as an abstract math problem, as opposed to showing how it directly relates to music that people care about. Yeah. And it's taught in a really, honestly, an elitist, gatekeepy kind of way. Which is horrible.
Preach it.
I feel very strongly about this. I feel very, 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 very strongly about this. When in fact, and what ends up happening is that it's taught in this way that is like you learn it by the book instead of learning it emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
or you're doing it wrong. Like that is how it's taught. When it actually, theory is supposed to be, right, yeah, exactly. Theory is supposed to be in service to our feelings.
Cool.
I feel that so strongly that like actually you don't have to pick between emotional playing with tons of feel and theory, that actually you should be using theory as a tool to get at the sounds that you want that feel emotional to you faster.
Yeah.
That's so then it's serving your feelings, then it's serving your musical instincts and like what you're hearing in your head, and just completely undoes this like crappy elitist approach to music theory. So I am so excited to be teaching that. Yeah, and then I want to be digging into all different kinds of guitar classes. I'll be doing private lessons, of course, where you can learn whatever you want with me. And I'll get to, style-wise, I want to be teaching all sorts of things, blues, different kinds of rock, like modern kinds of rock, especially like math rock and emo and alternative and like all that kind of stuff. On electric and funk for sure is like a huge passion of mine. And then on acoustic, I do again like emo stuff, but sort of two hands on the fretboard, Andy McKee, Michael Hedges, kind of modern, contemporary instrumental
Oh my gosh,
stuff.
folks, it is so cool.
Yeah,
I've heard it. We've done the porch jams and the busking for a few weekends now, so I'm so excited.
yeah. So there's like, yeah, tons and tons of stuff. Yeah, happy to talk. And yeah, definitely happy to talk about effects and tone on electric guitar and like all sorts of things. So keep an eye peeled.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to have had this time with you, Marshall, to let everybody into our secret named Marshall Biever, everybody.
Woo!
And can't wait to get you some students and get you rolling here at Queen City Music Studios.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check you later.
Bye.